friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations, and I'm Nova, and I am so happy to see you today. I hope you had a great weekend. Hopefully you got up to something fun, something just for you, not because you had to do it, not because anybody asked you to do it, not because it was a responsibility, but because it brought you some joy. And if you weren't able to get up to something like that, I hope that you will set aside some time today and hopefully a little bit every day, even if it's just a couple of minutes, even if you've got such a busy day that you just can't possibly think that you have time to do that. Take a hot bath, maybe have a hot cup of coffee, cold cup of coffee. I'm currently drinking an iced coffee. Just something that's going to make you happy. Sit with yourself, sit and have like a little bit of a peaceful moment, just to relax, just to take a deep breath. And if that time is now with me, then I am so honored that you're spending that time with me. I hope that you are doing good, and I hope you and your loved ones are taking care of the best that you can. So it is Monday. We are at the top of a new week, so we got this. This is going to be a good week. We're going to make it happen. We're going to put some positive energy into it. Whatever you've got going on this week, you're going to smash it. You're going to kill it. Like, you've got this. Just put that like positive energy out there. Push that vibe into the world. That is what you're going to do this week. You're going to have a good week. So what I've got to show you guys today is maybe another whip. I don't have enough whips going on. I just constantly start new ones. I have whip-itis, okay? And I know that most of you guys are, crocheters or artists, crafters, whatever you want to consider yourself. And whip-itis, starting new projects, is definitely a chronic problem that we have. So this is something that is completely random. And the reason that I was inspired to make this is I had a few things laying around that were like incomplete projects. Not even incomplete projects. They were mostly like I started to work on something and changed my mind. Yeah, like just coming up with ideas. A lot of times I will start to crochet something and then scrap it. So what I did was, I don't want to like just show it to you guys. I want to kind of build up to it. What I did was okay, you know what? I'm just going to show it to you. Okay. You guys ready? I'll explain it. It's easier to explain once you see it. Okay. So you might have a guess as to what this is. And actually, I'm going to give you a moment to type your guess in the comments. You don't have to hit send yet if you don't want to. You can obviously wait until, the video is done. But I want you to type in the comments what you think this might be. It's not done. This is a part of something. But it's got I feel like a pretty obvious kind of giveaway. If you know what it is, you probably are going to guess it. Okay, I think I've given you enough time. So what this is a culmination of a few things that I had laying around. I was going through, trying to clean up in here, trying to organize what whips I've got so I can start getting some things done, things like that. And I had a few things that I had started. One, the biggest thing that inspired the direction I went with this forever ago, probably a year ago at least, I made this, and this is actually part of a pattern. I will link the pattern in the description box. It is a hat pattern for I want to say a tulip hat by Crochet Verse, I'm pretty sure. But like I said, I will link it in the description. If you're interested in it, then you can just find it. It's a Etsy pattern. I believe it's also on Ravelry. However, when I was making this, I was not paying enough attention, and I didn't end up really following the pattern very well. It actually has one extra leaf on it, and so it was just like a little bit wonky anyway, so it just kind of sat around. I made the whole thing, and I was like, I'm going to do something with it because I still really liked it, just, not for what it was supposed to be for, kind of thing. And it actually looks even more different now because of the way that I sewed it on. I kind of scrunched it as I sewed it on, and I think it looks perfect for it. And then the other project I had was actually when I made the Hooker versus Hooker project, and I ended up making a baby dress. I went through a couple different ideas. That was the month that I was actually in the panel participating on the live stream. So I went through a few different ideas. I really wanted to pick something to I don't know, I wanted something really good, you know? I wanted to like challenge myself and like put out like the best product I could, the best project I could. I always do that. I always say product instead of project. And then it sounds like, yes, I created this product. But anyways, I had made this ball to make a head, but then I never did anything with it because I had been thinking about doing a lovey, and then I was like, no, do something that's not amigurumi. Like amigurumi is like your comfort zone. Go out of your comfort zone, you know, blah blah blah. You guys heard about it if you were here. If you weren't here, you can go back and look at that video if you want to, though. I free-handed a baby dress, and I'll link that video in the description box too. You know what, I talked about it, I'll link it. So anyway, about it, I had that, and so I got this idea to make a mandrake. So did you get it right? Did you guess mandrake? If you've ever watched Harry Potter, you'll be familiar with the mandrakes. They are the plant that they pull out, and then inside of the dirt, inside the soil, is the body, and it is like basically kind of like a baby, and it will screech. And they are not from Harry Potter, by the way. Those are actually, well, mandrakes are actually a plant. That the body looks like a baby, but there is like, you know, kind of fun fantasy lore that surrounds them and things like that. I believe that mandrakes are real plants. Not like I've ever actually seen one. They're at least a fantasy plant, but I'm pretty sure they're a real plant. I'm gonna sound like an idiot right now because people are probably sitting there like, yeah, it's a real plant, or like, no, it's definitely not a real plant, you weirdo. But regardless, did you guys guess mandrake? That's what this is. I'm just doing a little free-handed mandrake. I decided to give it some little embroidered cheeks, so I used like some scrap bulky pink yarn to embroider them. Then I took apart some black for the eyes and just used like individual plies of yarn and made some little sleepy eyes. And then I used some scrap big twist hot pink to make a little mouth. And that's what the face is, excuse me. I also did, it's got kind of like a little hat underneath of this, kind of like a little baby sleeping bonnet type of, not bonnet, sleeping cap kind of vibe. And then I put little flowers on it, and they're just like the same color as the yellow. And this is that Schitt's Creek fold in the cheese yarn. And then this is Hirschner's, no, Red Heart with Love metallic yarn. This is a scrap yarn. I actually do not have any more of it. This is what I have of it. I actually have it sitting right here. This is what I have left of that. And then this was Red Heart Super Saver. I don't remember. I double stranded this together with a couple different colors, but that is what it's looking like. I'm not planning on finishing this right now because this was like a super random project that primarily consisted of me sewing and embroidering. I did like a lot of sewing to sew this hat on, sew these flowers on, sew this plant top basically to it, and I kind of, like I said, scrunched it a little bit as I went, and I think it looks really cute. The temptation to put little like bells or like puff balls, like pom-poms on here because of the jester vibe it gives is also there, but I do think that this will make a super cute mandrake. I'm not sure if I'm going to try to get more of this Red Heart with Love metallic and then do the body out of it because I did the head out of it, or if I'm just going to use a different green that I have. Because I'm using so many different greens and it's a plant, I think I could get away with doing it out of different greens. So basically the concept is going to be to do like little scraggly arms and legs that they kind of like start out like a little normal arm and leg, and then they kind of get like wispy and thin and like a vine or like a root, so think of like, you know, a root plant, how they do that at the ends. That's going to be like the concept I go for with that little chunky body, you know, kind of cherub-esque. But I'm really happy with the head, and I've actually been sitting it in this pot over here. So I have this little crocheted pot that I made for that tutorial that I did, and then this is also the pot that is in my gnome, my flower pot gnome pattern, which is why I decided to make a video tutorial for it. But I've had this sitting like this, so it's like kind of got the mandrake thing going on already if I made it like a super tiny body in there. But I'm gonna make it bigger than that and have like a little mandrake doll. But yeah, so this is completely random, out of nowhere. I've had a lot of fun working on it though, and it's just, you know, like a super creative, not following anything kind of pattern, or not pattern, but project. But I think it came out cute so far. I really like it. Like I said, I'm just gonna have this head sitting around, and then randomly when I get, you know, when I feel like working on a body, I'll work on the body. But I've got a lot of whips right now that I'm working on, and then coming up next month is gonna be the 13 days of Halloween. Woo! If you have been around for a little bit, I have done a 13 days of Halloween celebration the last 2 years where I do like spooky themes. Not like, they're not really that spooky, but you know, they're fun spooky. I decorate for Halloween. I do fun makeup looks, or like kind of dress up for them. Do inspired tutorials, like Halloween inspired tutorials, Halloween inspired projects. So that's coming up next month. I need to get a move on planning for that, because I really haven't planned anything for it yet. I have a collab coming up in the end of October, like the very last week of October. I have a collab coming up with Dragon Age, a Dragon Age theme. So if any of you guys have ever played Dragon Age, I do have a collab coming up with Gwen-inspired Crochet, and I will link her down below, but you'll hear more about that as we get closer to it. Then I'm also going to be starting that blanket crochet along. If you did not see that video I posted on Friday, definitely go check it out, because I'm getting your guys' like feedback on that, what you guys would like to see. Let me try to stabilize this a little bit. I think that's a little bit better. I'm trying to get, you know, your guys' feedback on what you would like to participate in, or if you're going to be able to participate, kind of gauging interest, you know, all that stuff. And I'm going to do like, I'm going to write it all out and kind of tally it up and see what we're looking like as far as like what type of project people are looking at. Right now, it is looking like it is heavily between like doing something like a mandala or doing a stitch sampler. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. Whatever we end up doing, I'm excited to do it with you guys. And then of course, like some people had mentioned like, oh, like right now I'm not able to participate, but I'm already working on a blanket, or I'm going to be working on a different blanket, and I can like crochet with you. Yes, of course, you can definitely do that. And if you're working on like a blanket or something, you can feel free to send in updates. When we're doing like our weekly updates, you know, people are sending in their progress on their blanket. I'm totally cool with you sending in progress on whatever blanket you're working on. So if you're hanging out during the crochet along videos working on your own blanket, that is totally fine. And I would love for you to still, you know, participate to whatever level you want to. But yeah, that's kind of what we've got going on in the next month. And then, you know, also we're coming into Christmas season and all that. So it's going to be busy. And I'm working on a shawl right now. Going to be working on that blanket. I've got several different like amigurumi patterns and things like that. Keep an eye out, keep your eyes peeled if you are interested in buying anything that I've made. This week I am planning on doing a big Etsy drop or Facebook drop. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through, take really good pictures of everything, and probably post it to my Facebook page first, which if you have not followed me over there, I have a Facebook page called Nova Gnome Creations, and you can follow me there. And I will probably post pictures of everything that I'm looking at selling. And then after a little bit, kind of give people a chance to get them without the Etsy fees, you know, a little bit better deals. And then I will go ahead and get them listed up on Etsy and everything, because Etsy does take a pretty significant little chunk. So for physical items, a lot of times I will give people the opportunity to buy them outside of Etsy first. So yeah, I'm going to be having like a pretty big drop of items soon. I'm working on going through the different things I've crocheted. So if you've seen something that I've crocheted over like the last year that you kind of wanted, this could be your chance. I'm trying to raise some money because we are in need of a vehicle. If you've been around for a while, then you know the woes that we have had this year with our truck. We currently do not have a vehicle. And so we are trying to get that remedied ASAP, which requires funds. So if you are interested in that, my Etsy and my Facebook page are also linked in the description box. There is what's called a beacons link, and I have it in the description box. It's like all of my links are here. If you click that, it's literally like a little hub that has all of my links. You can find Facebook, Instagram, Etsy, my email, Happy Mail, like any info that you're wanting is in there. Just like a little nice ribbon wrapped present, not really a present, but I don't know, like a little place where everything is just nice and organized and easy to like navigate. But that is what I've got going on, guys. So Let me know what you worked on over the weekend. Did you do anything fun? Did you start any new projects? Did you finish any projects? Did you do something completely unrelated? What were you up to? And also, did you guess what this was? Did you know? Be honest. All right, guys. I'll see you again real soon, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Mwah! Bye, guys.